Mr. Noel, would you like to take that?
Yeah, this draft bylaw comes from the bylaw committee. It is a result of increasing numbers of complaints from residents who don't want flyers left in on their property. Particularly in the winter, we seem to notice there's a problem with respect to snow blowers and flyers not mixing. And there is nothing to stop the giving of flyers out or giving out of flyers. So we canvassed some other communities and we've presented a draft bylaw, and the highlights of the bylaw are basically, it's pretty simple. The city will issue you a sign if you wish. You will post that sign saying, I do not want flyers on my property. If somebody provides the flyers anyway, they can be subject to a fine of anywhere from $140 to $2,100. The same rule will apply is if you are away for a matter of time and your flyers aren't taken in by you after 2 weeks, you should not receive any more. The one thing that was not included, that is in some communities, was an obligation of the flyer distributor to put the flyers in your mailbox or on your step. The bylaw committee did not think it warranted going that far. So the crux of the bylaw is those people who don't want flyers put on their property will have some way to communicate that, and when the city can take action if that desire is ignored. So I'm not sure how long the committee wants to discuss the bylaw, but in the normal course, when you're done with it, it would work up through council and committee and then to council.
Okay, so that being said, are there any questions from the table at this time on the flyer bylaw? And to the manager's point, yes, Councillor Johnson, just one sec. To the manager's point, once we do have this discussion, we will need a motion to move it forward. And Councillor Johnson, go ahead. Okay, thank you, Councillor Johnson. We could hardly hear you. We're having technical difficulties here, but we did get some of that. Anyone else like to speak? Councillor Harris.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Ross Robinson. Just from the bylaw committee, I mean, it's every second week when we do meet, it's not real entertaining. It's pretty dry. We're going through a lot of old bylaws that have been around for the last 20-some years in the city, so we're trying to bring them up to date, and there still may be issues with them. That's why we want, when they're coming here, we want other councillors to look at them when they go up. But also, Mike, I guess the question would be, after today, if it is pushed up by the Public Safety Committee, will this be posted online if we want feedback from citizens, or how does it work that if something we don't, that they want to see in it, or I just want to see what the steps are?
This is probably the first fresh bylaw that the committee has turned out, and we're using this process, and so there is no formal protocol to do it, but in conversations with you, I think one of the goals would be to once this committee has these documents introduced, to post them online and to invite the public to weigh in. The formal bylaw adoption process does not allow for that. So I think that one of the points should be bringing them here, that it would be understood that these draft bylaws would be posted online. I'm not sure if you want to go as far as to, provide an address for people's comments, or just invite them to write to the city if they have comments or suggestions. They certainly have the right to appear as a delegation on any of these matters. But yeah, so there is no protocol, but we are going to try and put it out to the public on all the bylaws that we bring for changes or for adoption.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. That explains it. And I'll just, kudos to Councillor Ross Robinson and Duplessis and Mayor Lorden for sitting on the committee. It's probably not one of the funnest ones, I guess. It's not a real word, but and Manager Mike and Chief Fiander. We got a lot of bylaws to go through. We've noticed, and these will be coming hopefully quick and to the standing committees, and hopefully council will appreciate the work. And obviously we want all the feedback, negative or positive, to see if we're in the right direction with the bylaws, because it's going to be ongoing for our term, I think, by the looks of that. So, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Harris. And Mayor Lorden.
Thank you. Thank you. I guess I'm speaking more on the process side of things, so it would effectively capture this and the draft clear-cutting bylaw as well. And just to build on what the manager said, my thought or proposal would be that we actually keep it at standing committee level while we gather this feedback. So not send it up today to full council and committee, but sort of play out this process where we post it on our Engage Miramichi to ask for feedback. And also, to the manager's point, people could be invited to maybe attend on these two the next